gentlemen, welcome to the Frank Coleman Hall. My name is Renee Boyce, and I will be your MC for this evening. We want to begin our show with some opening remarks by Miss Joy Knight. She's our director for this evening, and you'll hear a little bit more about her. Please welcome Miss Joy Knight.
Welcome to our annual 21st annual concert. We at JKM Academy are dedicated to raising the standard of instrumental playing and general musicianship. And I know many of you have heard me say this many times, but I can't say it enough, especially for the benefit of the new parents who joined us this year. So I'm going to be repeating myself. But I want you to know we concentrate on discipline, oral awareness, memorization, building repertoire, music reading skills, music theory, posture, ensemble playing. And we really try to nurture with this key ingredient. This ingredient is love. That's what we try to do. We prepare our students for further study and also for entry into other musical organizations. These students had an amazing time. They made new friends. Some didn't want to leave at the end of the day, and I know some parents didn't mind if they stayed with us. We didn't mind either. And the teachers, though stressed at times, they had a ball. They were taking pits, and they were dressing up in similar shirts. Some days it was blue shirts, some days red shirts, but they were just enjoying each other's company and having a ball. Speaking of teachers, let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the Chief Education Officer, Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw, who's here not only as the CEO in the Ministry of Education, but she's here as a proud parent of one of our students. Also, the former principal of Erdiston, Dr. Pat Saul, she's here with us, and she's here as a grandmother. Okay, but while this is mainly about the musical development of our students, it is also about giving our young tutors an opportunity to hone their music skills. Without them and our registration staff, this would not have been possible. And tonight, you will see me take a step back tonight and allow our tutors to lead their pieces. I want to commend them for all their hard work, their patience, and their dedication. I know you parents, you work hard as well, and we couldn't have done it without you. You're part of this team, and I'm immensely proud of you, the way how you work, and you helped us this year. We have already awarded the children with their certificates, and later we will present special trophies to the most outstanding child in each group, who not only played well, but displayed a consistently good attitude, showed good discipline, practice, had a good attendance record while making every effort to improve their skill. However, in my opinion, and in the opinion of all the teachers, all the children did very, very well. And at another presentation date in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks to be exact, they would all receive a gift of a school bag with school supplies. So this evening, you will see some of what we were able to accomplish in just 3 weeks. A lot of our students, more than 50%, are beginners. Some are 3 years old, and they go all up to adults. You'll see the little ones come on shortly. And I must commend them all for being brave enough to perform here this evening. As John Murray said, the mountains are calling and I must go. So climb higher, everyone. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy this presentation.
Our first piece this evening is going to be Mississippi Hot Dog. And this piece is, I think, the only piece that Joy is going to direct. As she said, she's going to allow the up-and-coming tutors to take the lead tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Mississippi Hot Dog. And I do have some stuff to tell you about the little ones that you will see shortly. Do enjoy. Now, these are our tiniest ones here, the pre-grade ones. They're going to do Up Like a Rocket, I'm a Little Monkey, Hot Cross Buns, and Pop Goes the Weasel. The little ones. Some of the pre-grade ones are going off, and we applaud our children for their efforts. I think that the only people who are enjoying themselves more than I am would be these students on stage. I'm having a blast over here. Did y'all notice that it's like 3 times before I was supposed to get up that I got up? I'm just really enjoying myself. What I'm about to say really is not about me. I think I'll say that a little bit later. We're on to the harder grades now. We are at grade 4. The grade 4s, they're going to do Where is Love? Sometime Maybe, and Singing in the Rain. And just that reminder, those of you who have small children, we understand that we do want to expose them to the arts and culture, but bearing in mind you don't want to be a cause of disturbance for the people who are sitting nearby you. So if you do notice that your children are becoming a bit restless, we do understand if you just step on the outside or perhaps on the upper level so that everybody will be able to enjoy the concert. So we're not holding it against you, we understand. Okay. Grade 4s. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to grade 5. We have gotten to the stage where there are more black notes than there are white notes on their paper. If you ever took a look at the grade 5 and those and up, it just looks like black dots on white paper. And those people who can't read music, it just looks like, they talk about cockroaches with ink. That is what grade 5 and up music looks like. We have, I believe this is Denisha, and she's the one that is going to be leading the grade 5s as they do chanson triste. And I want somebody to tell me at the end of this song what chanson triste means, at the end of the song.
Thank you.
So far, we have had the stringed instruments, and we move on, as I had said before, to another section. So please welcome the wind instruments as they are on stage. Please welcome them, welcome them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the cello section. Now, in my mind, ladies and gentlemen, all we needed would have been some ballerinas back there in tutus, and that would have been perfect. Well, I don't know if it could have gotten any more perfect than it was. Another round of applause. And as I was sitting there, literally laughing to myself, do you remember the game that is played at parties, musical chairs? This was a bougie version of musical chairs. There's no pushing and scrambling, certainly, but the participants, bit by bit, dwindled until we were left with two. So the bougie version of musical chairs. Now we are on to our last performance just before intermission, and these are going to be our guitarists. And what I found fascinating about this section is that, of course, the guitar is another one of those instruments that's complicated, but the leader of the guitarist is left-handed, I believe, so he plays the guitar left-handed, but the guitarist, except for one of them, she plays left-handed as well. So imagine that you have to teach them to play right-handed, you're playing left-handed. I mean, it's confusing for me. As I've gotten older, things just confuse me. But we also want to mention that every song in this section has been arranged by that complicated left-handed guitar player, Dwayne Gill. So a round of applause for him. And we welcome our guitarist. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are moving swiftly into the second half. And we are going to begin with our steel pan players. And in a similar fashion, the pieces for the guitar section, they were all arranged by the tutor for that section. And Mr. Ford, the tutor for this steel pan section, he also arranged these three pieces that you are going to hear by these young steel pan players. Please welcome them as they come doing Baby Shark for Elise as the Deer and Walk Holy. We are on now to our young keyboardists. We just had our steel pan players, and we are going to have our keyboardists, and they're going to do for us Beautiful Barbados, Lullaby, and Écossaise in E flat. I'm sure I just mixed that, but it's a song in E flat. We are about to have our drum feature, and I've again aged myself. I see that they're ready. I'll tell you about that after we have this section. And again, all the pieces in this section are arranged by the tutor, Farrakhan Stevens. And whilst our grade 6, 7, and 8 violinists come back on the stage, I had a little fun. I tell you, I'm having so much fun here in this corner. Listening to you clap, and you can hear the difference between the musicians and the non-musicians. The musicians tend to clap on 2 and 4, and the non-musicians clap on 1 or 3, or all the way 1, 2, 3, and 4, just in case, so that they get it right. But it was fun watching you all from this corner. So we have our grades 6, 7, and 8, and we are swiftly approaching the end of our show. So hold on to your seats. And that piece, Memories, was arranged by our guitar tutor, Mr. Dwayne Gill. So a round of applause for Mr. Gill for that wonderful, wonderful arrangement. We are going to have our last two pieces, Brandenburg Concerto and Plink Plank Pluck. Try to say that quickly, but I do need to mention that on stage we are joined by our present concert mistress, Dr. Katrina Nurse, and incidentally, in the orchestra, there's another Dr. Katrina Nurse, and we're also joined by Dr. Dario Nurse, who's the brother of Dr. Katrina Nurse, the first, and a former concert mistress, Mrs. Laura Toppin. Yes, I know where that chair came from. And we also have Janique Taylor, Zarina Maynard, Christine Edwards, who are all members of the BNYSO. And the thing that we need to note is that they are all former members of the camps from Joy Night Music. So this is what you call succession planning. Successful succession planning. Try saying that fast. So Brandenburg Concerto and the Plink Plank Pluck, and then I'll come back and introduce the staff to you. If we had time, I would ask for an encore, but there's so much more to be done tonight, but I am sure you have enjoyed yourselves so far. We want to introduce those persons who were responsible for the registration. Remember that a school cannot exist without those persons who are responsible for administration and the different logistics. So we have Mrs. Andrea Rouse, Mr. Christopher Harris, and Mrs. Anthea Maxwell. These are the persons who are responsible for registration. This is Anthea, and that's Christopher. And I believe Andrea is also there, or she might be dealing with the little ones. Special grace for the little ones. So a round of applause. And then we move on to the assistants, Leandra Bishop and Erica Griffith. And those who were responsible for the pre-grade ones: Sharice Rock, Shanice Boyce, Shaquan Griffith, Danielle Vaughn, Tariq Bend, and Shanae Boyce. These are the ones responsible for the pre-grade ones. Grade one would be Denisha Ferguson. Grade 2, Ronette Rouse. Grade 3, Melissa Austin. And again, I draw a reference to The Sound of Music when they were calling for the Von Trapp family, and there was no Von Trapp family to be found. But we move on to grade 4, Sergio Smith and Shantae White. And Sergio was also assisting with the violas and with the cellos. Grade 5, Matthew Banfield. I do not believe that Matthew is here tonight, but in his absence, we congratulate him. Grade 6, 7, and 8, Dr. Katrina Ford. She also assisted with the violas. And the cellos, we have Lee Sandiford, and he was assisted by Sergio Smith. That's Sergio right there on the end. We have Mr. Dwayne Gill, and he was assisted by Randy Moore, and he was responsible for the guitars. And remember that he was one who arranged several of the pieces you heard tonight. Wind and brass, Cody Best and Shalon Paris. Steel pan, Mr. Mark Ford and Kiefer Kinch. And remember that Mark would have arranged the pieces for the steel pan section. Keyboard, Tariq Ennis, and he would have been assisted by Matthew Banfield. I believe that's Denisha, who was just able to escape from the grade 1s. So keyboard, Tariq Ennis, and he would have been assisted by Matthew Banfield. And on the drums, Farrakhan Stevens, and assisted by Kiefer Kinch. Now, very briefly, I am going to mention here that I dated myself by remembering that when Farrakhan graduated from BCC, I announced his piece. But I take solace in the fact that if I'm dated, Farrakhan has also been dated. He has also aged. And we move on to our online coordinator, Christopher Harris, and he would have been assisted by Leandra Bishop. So whilst these are our main tutors, there are some other additional tutors. We have Dr. Philip Ford, and he would have been responsible for oral training and theory. I saw Dr. Ford right there in the audience. Yes, he's there. He waved to us. Thank you very much. And we also had Arturo Tapin for improvisation for the seniors. Anthea, well, we welcome Anthea, but she was also responsible for fun in rhythms. And we had Mr. Eldon Blackman, who is my little earpiece back here. So please thank him. This is Mr. Blackman here. And last but not least, we have our accompanist, Mr. John Bryan. And I said to John, you know, you are as dependable as rain on Kadooment Day or Independence Day. So, ladies and gentlemen, a rousing round of applause for the tutors and assistants and administration.
So I will now announce the names of the most outstanding. And at the beginning I had said, you know, these kids not only played well, but they showed great discipline, etc. So we have pre-grade 1A, violin, Kayla Clark. Most outstanding pre-grade 1B, violin, Kiara Amory Lewis. Most outstanding pre-grade 1C, violin, Chase Boyce. Most outstanding, grade 1 violin, Sarai Boyce. Most outstanding, grade 2 violin, Sanaya Boyce. Most outstanding, grade 3 violin, Kaylin Allman. Most outstanding, grade 4 violin, Nathaniel Bishop. Most outstanding, grade 5 violin, Christiane White. Most outstanding, grade 6 violin, Kimani Maynard. Most outstanding, grade 7 violin, Ayana Goodman. Ayana Goodman. Most outstanding, viola, Joshua Francis. Most outstanding, cello, Kimberly Clark. Kimberly Clark. Most outstanding, guitarist, Alyssa Allen. Most outstanding in the wind and brass section, Dracia Waldron. Most outstanding keyboardist, Nathan Whitney. Most outstanding steel panist, Nathaniel Blackman. Most outstanding drummer, Aidan Ford. Okay, so these next two trophies, we have two students. The first one is going to be a junior. He's moving so fast. He moved from grade 1 straight into the grade 2 class. And he's playing so well, and I'm sure by next year he's going to be in the grade 5 class. That person is Arturo Tappan, most improved overall junior. Straight to mommy and daddy, right? And then we have the senior, most improved senior. He also is moving really, really quickly. He started out in the grade 5. Just a few months ago, he was a grade 4, grade 3, grade 4 student. Now he's playing the grade 6 and 7 pieces. His name is Xavier Maskell. Most improved overall senior. Thank you, Ramona. I'm going to ask Tariq to come to do the vote of thanks so you guys will get home safely. Tariq?
Good evening. I can hold it. Music is life itself. Louise Armstrong. Good evening to all in attendance tonight. I am Tariq Ben, and it is my distinct pleasure at this time to thank all of those who have made this evening the success that it is. Give yourself a round of applause for that. To the principal and the board of management of Commonwealth School for allowing us to use the school to facilitate the camp this year, we would have used about 18 classrooms and the hall so that the general workers that assisted us, we would like to say thank you as well. This year, the Commonwealth School Cafe, the canteen, provided nutritious lunches for the campers. I can assure you that the lines were long as campers often prefer to get lunch from the canteen as opposed to packed lunches. Thank you for your adequate catering to the needs of the camp. To the Frank Culliman Hall, we thank you for facilitating and supporting us through all our grand rehearsals and tonight's performance. Thank you. The tutors who have volunteered their time and efforts to the students over the 3 weeks of the camp, I know they have thoroughly enjoyed themselves teaching the various disciplines and overcoming many challenges and encounters. To the registration staff, Andrea Rose, Christopher Harris, Anthea Maxwell, as we like to call them, Auntie Andrea, Uncle Chris, and Auntie Anthea, and the assistants, Erica Griffith and Leandra Bishop, who made sure the camp ran smoothly, as well as tonight, so thank you. To the additional tutors, Arturo Tappan, Philip Ford, Anthea Maxwell, and Eldon Blackman, we want to say thank you for giving your time and your support at the camp this year. Thank you. Tonight, we will also like to say thank you to some of the senior strings and others who came to join us on stage, which will be Dr. Dario Nurse, Dr. Katrina Nurse, Laura Toppin, Christina Edwards, Marcella Holford, and Erica Griffith. Without the glue to help keep this thing running together, we might have been all over the place. So a heartfelt thankful to all of them, including our accompanist, Mr. John Brain. To tonight's MC, Dr. Renee Boyce, for once again consenting to host tonight's proceedings. I want to say thank you. And to the students who continue to show an interest in learning the art of music through the different disciplines offered, this year we started from young as 3 years old to adults, some of who were parents, and all of them on stage tonight. To the parents, both old and new, who continue to support the JKM camp yearly, this year we had approximately 130 students who attended the camp. And to you, the audience who have filled the hall this year, thank you for coming out in your numbers to support these young musicians, and I am sure you will continue to support them in their musical endeavors. Let me also welcome and thank Mrs. Ramona Archer Bradshaw, both as a parent and the Chief Education Officer, for so graciously consenting to be our presenter of prizes. Thank you. And finally, we saved the best for last, Miss Joy Knight. We couldn't have done this without her, as she continues to dedicate her time, efforts, and support to making sure that the art of music does not die and lives throughout the younger generations. And tonight's concert was proof of that. There are truly not enough words or ways that we could truly thank her. But we would like to ask you to come outside with me right now. So we're going to be presenting a gift. This is from the tutors. We all pulled together something and we made sure that we give you something before the night is over. Here's Cody and Shalon to present it. Woo! Shalon with some words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a token of appreciation from each and every one of us. I met, how long ago we met? In 2021, not that long. But the warmth and embrace felt as though we know each other for far longer. So this is truly a token of appreciation from each and every one of us. Thank you.
So as I look into the bag, so I guess I can use this because this is all over now, so I can use whatever they heard tonight, right? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And you wanted to say anything?
Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone. See you next year. Woo!